And we are live in Monroeville as the Coastal Alabama North Coyotes face off against the LBW Saints live on JockJive Sports. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dallas Renzi as Coastal North concludes Division II play tonight, and it's also their season finale as they will play their final game of the year against the LBW Saints to try to have a chance to clinch the number one seed in Division II, and they can do that with a win tonight against their rival that used to be in the ACCC South Division. After a nail-biting loss to Pensacola Christian, Coyotes look for their 8th victory of the season in Division II, currently sitting at 7-2, trying to go to 8-2, while LBW currently sits at 2-7 in the conference as they try to conclude the season on a high note. Well, that will do it for the pregame as we're about to have the starting lineups announced here in Monroeville. I'm Dallas Renzi as we'll be back for the starting lineups to be announced here in Monroeville between the Coyotes and the Saints live on JockJive Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Cooper Center for tonight's game between LBW and our coastal Alabama Coyotes. Starting lineup for LBW, number 14, T. Maxson. Number 15, McLaughlin. Number 32, K. Lindsey. Number 25, Smile. And number 22, Walker. Now let's make some noise. Starting lineup for Coastal Alabama, number 1, Taylor Murray. Number 3, Trinity Crane. Number 4, Ty Slaughter. Number 5, Tiffany Goodman. And number 22, Ashante Thomas.
And welcome live here in Monroeville as it's the Coastal Alabama North Coyotes versus LBW Saints as we will take a look at the starting five. First up for the Saints, they'll have number 14 Trinity Maxey, number 15 Olivia McClellan, number 22 Walker, number 25 Similian, and number 32 Tiana Lindsay. To lead things off here for LBW. For Coastal North, they will be in all gold tonight. They'll have number 1, Taylor Murph, number 3, Trinity Crane, number 4, Taisha Slaughter, number 5, Tiffany Goodman, and finally number 22, Ashanti Thomas. As the Coyotes, they know what's at hand tonight, trying to come away with a conference victory against LBW. And with the win, they will take care of Division II women's basketball. But first, they got to handle business here against the Saints. Glad you could be with us here on JockJive on Dallas Lindsay with the call. Good crowd here tonight. Doubleheader in basketball here in Monroeville. Pass here in the paint. Going up for the shot. It's going to be no good. Lindsay unable to make the shot and quick transition the other way. And the layup is no good the other way for the Coyotes. As that was a missed layup by number 3, Trinity Crane. A very quick transition for the Coyotes on the back end. And we still remain scoreless with 9:29 left here in this first quarter. Saints coming in with a 2-7 conference record near the bottom of Division II standings. Well, Coyotes are in first place. Here's another pass here in the paint. Good passing here by the Saints, and they're able to come away with a bucket and the lead. There'll be a 2-0 lead made shot from number 25, Nia Similian, who has 7.1 points per game this season for LBW. She starts the scoring here for the Saints. Pass here to Thomas in paint. She puts up a shot. That one's going to be off the rim and no good. And takes a couple of deflections, and it will be Coyotes' ball. After the Saints had a little bit of miscommunication on the back line on who's going to come away with the rebound, Coyotes will take care of this possession. Quick pass here to Thomas. Wide open. Goes up for the little floater, and she's got it to knot it up at 2 apiece. Coastal North 7-2 in the conference. Just a phenomenal year under head coach Armstrong. And she's got the Coyotes exactly where she wants them. as that's going to be a foul on the floor. No free throws here, but that'll be the first foul of the game for either side. And it looks like stepping out of bounds was number 22, Walker. Unable to keep her feet in bounds after the pass from the baseline. It will be 2-2. Just 90 seconds into this first quarter. As this will go to Slaughter to Thomas. Thomas goes up. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. She's going to be blocked on her second shot. Here's the third one. No good. And no fourth shot as the Saints will take it back the other way. Thomas with a couple of golden opportunities in the paint as that pass will be deflected. And the Coyotes are going to make a very early substitution as this is going to be number 14, Raven Hall, coming in for Coast North. Both teams having a hard time getting their offense rolling here in the first almost 2 minutes of this first quarter. But a bunch of big games in the ACCC over the next couple of days. We're basically in the final week of the Redwood season before the postseason play. Nice layup right there from number 15, Olivia McClellan. And LBW regains the lead here, 4-2. But a lot of fans making a trip from Andalusia, a lot of Saints fans, as this is going to be a wide open look here for Crane. No good. Jumping up in the rebound and finally taken away by the Saints, number 32, Lindsay. A lot of golden opportunities for Coastal North so far, unable to register any good quality chances. And stepping out of bounds, it's going to be number 15, Olivia McClellan, who scored the second bucket of the game for the Saints. But a couple of good looks, just unable to cash them in as for Coastal North. Still a 4-2 game. As this is Taylor Murph. Bounce pass here to Watts, who's just checked in. Murph is going to attempt a three. That one's going to be no good. And rebound here by Lindsay. Rebound game going great so far for the Saints. Trying to drive in Saints basketball after the block shot from number 4, Slaughter. But Tiana Watts checking in, number 10. And we also had number 14, Hall, checking in. That shot's going to be blocked by a foul here on number 14, Raven Hall, who I just mentioned checked into the game for Coastal North. She's going to be credited with the foul. 2 fouls so far for the Coyotes, none from the Saints. Very good start here for LBW, as Olivia McClellan cannot make the free throw. McClellan is 46.3% from the free throw line this season for the Saints. And she goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and that'll be a rebound here by Trinity Crane. LBW not strong at the free throw line this season and continues here tonight. In the corner is Slaughter. Slaughter looks around, finds Murph, who missed her last three-point attempt. Looking for a pass, goes back to Murph. Murph fakes a jumper. Gets it here to Crane. Crane, step back shot. No good. And the rebound pops up in the air. Crane comes away with it, puts it back up off the rim. No good. Another easy rebound here for LBW. Cannot complain for the start here for the Saints. Pass here in the paint, as that shot's going to be good for number 25, Simeon, as she's got her first 2 points of the night for the Saints. As Coyotes continue their offensive struggles here in this first quarter, but still a long way to go, only down by 4. Watch bounce pass here. Finds a wide open Murph. Murph with a bounce pass to Crane, but Crane was out of bounds when she received the pass. So we got another substitution here for Coastal North. There will be number 5, Tiffany Goodman. As Goodman will get her first minutes of this first quarter. About to reach the halfway point of this first quarter. Low scoring 6-2 Saints. And Coastal North's final game at home, but also their final game of the season. Trying to drive in. Good defense there by Coastal North, and they might have a fast break the other way if they take care of it. As this is Tyler Murph. Three-pointer, top of the key is good from Raven Hall. Coastal North cuts the deficit to 1 here in this first quarter. See what the Saints do. That pass is going to be intercepted. Slaughter just had to leap up in the air, and she's got it. And Coastal North comes back the other way. Pass out for another three-pointer. No good. An easy rebound there for number 14, Matsy. That'll go off the feet and just roll over to the Coastal North bench. Hit the back heel of number 15, Olivia McClellan. Well, with 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go here in this first quarter, it'll be immediate timeout here in Monroeville. As we'll keep it right here and take a look at the opponent profile, LBW Saints, under head coach Ricky Knight. He's also the men's basketball coach as well. As LBW's men's basketball team currently sitting in the stands just underneath our broadcast stadium up here. LBW 2-13 this year, 2-7 in the conference. They're 2-6 at home. They are winless on the road this year, 0-7. 51.5 points per game, 37.5 field goal percentage as a team, and shooting 23.9% from three-point range. Started season 1-5. First win against Enterprise State came on December 4th. They went on an 8-game losing streak, which they snapped in on Thursday with a win versus Snead State. The most points they've scored in a game, ironically, comes to Coastal North, 71. Besides that, they've been outscored multiple times this season, and their only 2 wins, like I said, have come in the conference. Able to get a big win against Snead State. Big upset victory. They're looking to do the same here tonight. Watts fakes a pass, finds Murph. Murph trying to drive in. Her shot's going to be no good, but she will be fouled going up for the shot. And it will be 2 shots. First opportunity for the Coyotes at the free throw line tonight with 4:42 left. Taylor Murph shooting 60.8% from the free throw line. And she'll have that average go up. Now she is currently second on the team behind Thomas at the free throw line. She'll go 1 for 2 on this trip after the made free throw to make it 6-6. McClellan looks around. Guard here by Hall. Spins around, puts up a awkward layup shot. But she's going to be fouled, and she's going to go back to the free throw line as she went 0 for 2 from the free throw line her last trip. 4:26 left, couple of fouls. 3 fouls for Coyotes so far in this first quarter, 1 by LBW. And McClellan continues her free throw struggles, going 0 for 3. Shooting 46.3% from the free throw line. We'll see if she's able to make her first one of the night. And she will. Perfect shot right there for McClellan. Sends the lead 7-6. As we will have a substitution here for the Saints. It will be number 34, Amaya Gray. The leading scorer for the Saints, 9 in the starting 5 for LBW. See if she can spark some offense. That'll be a nice shot right there for Tiana Watts. And for the first time tonight, Coastal North has the lead. Make it 8-7. Watts with her first 2 points of tonight's game. Pass here in the paint, and it's a beautiful pass, and it connects with number 25, Nia Simulin. She got 4 points so far here in this first quarter. Good cycle right here by Coastal North. Faking the pass, and it finally goes over to Murph from Goodman. Murph goes in. Pass out here to Goodman. Goodman drives in. Her shot is good. Off the backboard and in. Make it 10-9. Back and forth we go here in the first quarter with 3.5 minutes to go. Started out very slow offensively. Starting to pick up here. Saints have yet to make a 3-point attempt so far in the first quarter. They've been battling here in the paint. That shot's going to be no good. And Simulin a little bit injured or just tying her shoe, but one-man rush the other way here for Coach Noel. Murph takes advantage of it, and she scores. Coyotes with their largest lead now, 12-9. Under 3 minutes to go. Coyotes getting their offense rolling. They've caused a lot of turnovers on the other side for LBW. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Pass here in the paint, but a foul as number 14, Trinity Matsey, was going up for the layup. And it looks like it's going to be a foul on number 5, Tiffany Goodman. So Trinity Matsey, who has 5.5 points per game, will go to the free throw line, shooting 65% this season for LBW in her bright pink cleats. And she's able to make the first one for LBW. We've yet to have a shooter go 2 for 2, but that'll change right here. As Matsey will go 2 for 2 from the free throw line. LBW just shooting 58.4% from the free throw line as a team. We'll take a look at the team comparisons in just a moment as Watts goes up, shot rolls around the rim, but it's in. Good looking shot right there for Tiana Watts with 4 points in this first quarter. Bounce pass right here. Pass here in the paint. It's another excellent pass. LBW taking advantage of Coastal North in the paint so far. It's a good bucket back the other way for the Saints. Coastal North used to many teams taking advantage of the 3-ball. Murph with a shot. That one's going to be no good. Battle for the rebound. Saints come away with it. Down by 1 here in this first quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. That shot just in front of the free throw line is good by number 14, Trinity Matsey. And Trinity Matsey gives LBW back the lead. It was fairly tight between these two teams the last time they met in the first half. Coastal North was able to pull away with a victory. As Goodman trying to get a screen, trying to go right down the middle, but pass out for a 3. That one's no good. Goodman comes away with the rebound, puts it back up, and 1. Tiffany Goodman will go to the free throw line to convert the and 1. Goodman's so good this year with 9.2 points per game, which leads the team. She is shooting dead even at 50% from the free throw line this year for the Coyotes. And the shot is good. She converts the and 1, and the Coyotes are back up by 2. But good quality bench points from the Coastal North Coyotes. McClellan surveys her options. They've been taking advantage of passes in the paint. McClellan's just going to go in. No foul. It'll be taken up here by Goodman. Goodman's going to drive in. Layup. No good. Too much power. But Slaughter comes away with it. And Slaughter with an easy layup. Back the other way. And the Coyotes up by 4 after the turnover by the Saints. 1 minute to go here in this first quarter. Dangerous pass, but 2-on-1 the other way. Traveling called on number 34, Gray. And the leading scorer for the Saints still looking for her first bucket here in this first quarter. But through the halfway point of this first quarter, it was a 6-2 lead for LBW, but the Coyotes have found their offensive groove. Couple of 3-pointers. Goodman back to Murph. Slaughter wide open. She'll just take the shot. Good looking shot, but no good. And the Saints come away with the rebound. The shot clock has been turned off here in this first quarter. And breaking her ankles, and now a pass here. They'll take a shot. That'll be no good. Slaughter with the rebound. 5 seconds left here on the game clock here in the first quarter. Needs to get a shot off. This is Murph. Murph loses the handle, and she's going to be fouled. 0.1 seconds left on the clock. And it's going to be 2 shots here for Taylor Murph. So instead of LBW, well, actually, it's not going to be 2 shots here. It's going to be a pass in, but 0.1 seconds. It's going to be catch and shoot. 5 seconds. They're actually going to put 5 seconds on the clock here for Coastal North. After Taylor Murph was fouled. So exactly 5 seconds left on the shot on the game clock, or 0.5. They're going to put 0.4 seconds on, but still a catch and shoot here. Goes to Murph, and Murph will not be able to get a shot off in time. But at the conclusion of the first quarter, Coyotes with a 19-15 lead here on JockJive. (19-15) after the first quarter. Coyotes with a slight advantage. It'll be their basketball to start here in the second quarter. Glad you to be with us here on JockJive Sports. I'm Dallas Renzi with the call. And the final game of the season in women's basketball for Coastal North Athletics. As Murph will get the pass. She'll go in. A little floater is good. Coyotes' largest lead was 4 points, and that was at the conclusion of the first quarter. They now have their largest lead, as that will be tipped out of bounds from Hall at the very last second. Raymond Hall came in after the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. She stayed right in. She's done a phenomenal job. So has Tiana Watts since coming in off the bench. This will go bounce past to McQuallen. Coyotes with a very aggressive defense. Starting to figure out what the Saints are trying to pull off. There's a little 2-point shot, as that will be good by number 10 for the Saints to make it 21-17. Coyotes in goal. Goodman, Dieball driving in. Pass it out here to Watts. Watts to Slaughter in the paint. Slaughter with a shot. No good. Battling with three Saints around her, but still able to come away with the rebound is Hall to Murph. Murph to Goodman. Goodman trying to drive in now, and Goodman's going to be fouled in the paint, I believe. There'll be a pushing foul and a substitution here. With 8:51 left here in this second quarter. At halftime, we'll have an interview with the ACCC Commissioner Dean Myrick. So don't go anywhere after the conclusion of this first half. Goodman out to Murph here. Murph trying to go in with two steps, and then rebound here by Slaughter. Slaughter's shot's going to be no good. Slaughter's going to come in with a rebound, fall on top of it, and it'll be Saints basketball. .36 left here in the second quarter. 4 timeouts each for both teams. No team was able to jump ahead with a huge advantage. The largest lead was 4 points for each team in that first quarter. So both head coaches will remain with their timeouts if it comes down the stretch. Trying to drive in. That's going to be a foul. As Lindsay subbed back into the game. She'll go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Shooting 62.1% from the free throw line. Seen a lot of fouls so far. 1 for each team so far in the second quarter, as that first free throw is going to be no good. See if she tries to cut the deficit here to 3. As Coyotes looking for their 8th victory in the conference. That free throw is no good as well, and the Coyotes will take advantage of it. LBW struggling from the free throw line here early. Those are valuable points down the stretch. Murph to Goodman. Goodman finds Watts. Watts with 4 points so far. Swings out here to Goodman. Goodman bounce pass. That one's going to find no teammate, and it'll be taken up here by the Saints. Going in for the layup. A traveling called before the shot was even taken. That'll be called on number 25, Simonland. So a bad turnover for Coastal North, and then LBW unable to capitalize, traveling on the back end. Murph over to Goodman. Goodman trying to get a screen. She goes the opposite. Finds Slaughter. This is for 2 points. That one's no good. Saints with an easy rebound. They've been dominating the rebound so far here in this first half, especially defensively. McClellan looks around. McClellan's just going to go in. Shot's going to be no good, but she is going to be fouled. Hard collision as she falls on the baseline. It's going to be a blocking foul. Substitution here as number 24, Tishana Key, will come in. 4.4 points per game. She'll come in for the first time. And this one, Coastal North also will have Janira Linnitz coming in for the Coyotes. Multiple substitution as Taylor Murph will get a quick breather on the bench. Not a bad first half for her. McClellan will go in. Misses the first free throw. She missed her first 3 free throw attempts, made the last one. We'll see if she's able to make her second of the game. It's just the second foul of this second quarter for Coastal North. That free throw is no good as well. A little bit too much power from McClellan in this first half from the free throw line. And she'll start the game just 1 for 6. Watts in the corner. Finds Key. Key cannot handle the pass. And McClellan will come away with it. Trying to drive in. Good defense here by Coyotes. Might be a little bit too much. Good defense, as that's going to be a foul here by Linnitz, I believe. And that'll be her first personal foul. As the Saints will have, we do not have a number 10 on their roster. She misses the first free throw. We do have 2 number 23s on the Saints roster, Gordy and Lights. So which one of those 2 that were listed as number 23 on the website, taking the free throws right now. She goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Watts with an easy rebound. She'll come storming back the other way here for Coastal North. As Watts swings it out here to Linnitz. Linnitz, a very good 3-point shooter. To Watts again. Goodman. Watts to Linnitz once again. Fades to 3. Linnitz to Watts in the paint. Watts, shot's no good. Too much power. McClellan with the rebound. And McClellan comes storming back the other way. Loses the handle of it. And it goes off Goodman at the very last second as McClellan goes down to the floor. With 6:26 left. Still a 21-17 lead. Coastal North has only scored 2 points in this second quarter. And for Saints, they've only scored 1 so far as well. Very dangerous pass for the Saints. Luckily, the 2 Coyotes guarding the top of the key were not paying attention. Simulan in the corner. Wide open look here. Shot is good from number 34, Amaya Gray, the leading scorer for LBW. And the Saints have finally scored since their free throw earlier in this second quarter. Make it 21-19. Looks like Coyotes about to make another substitution as Goodman trying to direct traffic. Didn't like what she saw. Gives it to Watts. Watts. Linnitz fades to 3. Swings it over to McClellan. She deflects the pass and goes to a teammate. Here come the Saints the other way. That shot, awkward looking shot, no good. And it'll be a foul. That will put Gray back to the free throw line. No, that'll be number 32, Lindsay. To the free throw line with 5:36 left. And that will bring in number 22, Ashanti Thomas, won the starting 5 with 8.3 points per game. We've seen a lot of free throws so far. The bonus has finally been activated here for LBW. The first free throw is good. Chance here to knot it at 21. That is the 4th foul of this second quarter for Coastal North. It's been awkward-looking shots for the Saints so far, but they've been able to draw fouls, and that's why they've gone to the free throw line so many times so far here in this first half. 21 all. Watts back to Lennox for three. Off the backboard, no good, and will be rebounded here by Gray. And the Saints will come back the other way. Only winning 2 games this year. Well, they can close the season out on a high note after upsetting Snead State. Trying to drive in. Shot's going to be no good, but another foul. After the shot was made, we'll see who the foul's going to go to. And going back to the free throw line is going to be Lindsay. With 5:06 left here in this first half. Coast North, reminder, if they win tonight, they automatically clinch the number 1 seed in Division II. And only the top 4 in Division II make the conference tournament. The bottom 2 will have their seasons in a lot sooner than they expected, as that free throw is going to be good. LBW regains the lead 22-21, just barely outscoring Coastal North. The Coyotes have only scored 2 points in this second quarter. It's been a very slow offensive start. Trying to connect with Thomas in the paint, but that'll be taken away here by the Saints. Bounce pass here in the corner, Gray. Gray trying to get around Thomas. Gray spins around, goes up for the shot. Awkward shot, but comes away with the rebound here, as that'll be tipped out. Coyotes ball after the missed shot from Lindsay. It's going to be immediate timeout with 4:32 left here in this first half. And we'll take a look at the previous matchup versus LBW on January 18th. Coyotes winning 79-71. The leading scorers was Slaughter with 14 points, 13 rebounds. Tiffany Goodman, number 5, had 11 points and 4 rebounds. LBW's leading scorer was Gray, 22 points and 4 rebounds in the loss. She also is the leading scorer in Division II women's basketball in the ACCC. But besides that, it's been a very tough year offensively for the Saints. But like I said, they're trying to end the season on a high note and pull off an upset against the number 1 seed in the Division II women's basketball, Coastal North. Having a phenomenal year, but they would love to go into the tournament as number 1 seed. There still is, I believe, another chance for the Coyotes to clinch the number 1 seed if there is a loss by Chat Valley. We'll talk about the upcoming games in Division II basketball and women's basketball in the second half. Like I said, final week of the Red Wars season for both Division I and Division II, as we're about to enter postseason play. But this will be the final home game and final time we'll get to see Coastal North women's basketball here in Monroeville. We want to thank everyone for tuning in to JockJive all season long, as Watts unable to control it. And I believe it was tipped out, so it'll be Coyotes ball just in front of the LBW bench. And Lynch will pass it in. 4.5 minutes to go. Coyotes down by 1, and Watts unable to get her shot off, and it will be Coyotes ball still with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. But like I said, we want to thank everyone for tuning in to JockJive for all of Coastal North women's basketball this season. We appreciate your support. Goodman's shot's going to be no good, coming away with it and trying to put it back up, but a foul, as Tashana Key is going to go to the free throw line. Key, 4.4 points per game, shooting 41.5% from the free throw line, as head coach Ricky Taylor does not agree with the call. We'll see him in the men's game as well on a different live stream, as that shot's going to be good from Key. Took a very weird bounce on the bad side of the rim, but is able to find its way in to knot it up at 22 apiece. As that shot had a very similar sound to it, but that one will not be good. Coyotes, like I said, have only scored 3 points in this second quarter, 22 all with 4 minutes to go. Swings it out here. Lindsay loses the handle of it, And it's going to be a fast break. 4-on-2 the other way here for the Coyotes. Passing out here. And Watts' shot's going to be no good. Trying to come away with a rebound. Balfour on the baseline. And it looks like Watts was touching the black before it rolled out of bounds. 3:46 left, 22 all. Like I said, the most points LBW has scored in a game this season was against Coastal North in the last mean. 71 points. They usually average just above 50 points per game. They have not attempted a three-pointer so far in this half. As McClellan puts up a jumper, her shot no good. Did not make contact with the rim, so it'll be an air ball. Coyotes basketball with 3:21 left. Well, like I said, interview with our commissioner of the ACCC for all sports, Dean Myrick. Pass here in the paint. It'll be deflected out, looking for number 24, Key. Coyotes will remain with possession. This will be one of the most low-scoring quarters I've seen this season in either women's or men's basketball. As that shot's going to go from Tiana Watts, and Coastal North finally regains the lead, 24-22. Well, we'll dive into the standings in our next half of play, or if we get another chance here on the TV timeout. As that shot going up, and it'll be no good. Coming away with it is Key. And a good rebound there. One and done there for the Saints. Bounce pass here to Linnitz. Long pass here to Watts. Goodman. Goodman trying to drive in, but pass here to Linnitz. Linnitz for three, no good. And it pops back out. Good rebound there. Linnitz goes up, and she'll pass it back here to Watts. Watts with the shot is good off the backboard and in. And the Coyotes finally find some offensive groove here. They're up by 4, 26-22 with just over 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Five fouls for the Coyotes so far, 2, as that is going to be deflected out by Watts. 1:56 left as Trini Metzi looks like she's about to check back in. And it looks like it's going to be Coyotes basketball. See if a foul was called. There was a lot of talking back and forth between the Coyotes and the Saints. I don't believe a foul was called, so it looks like it's going to retain LBW basketball. Looks like Watts and one of the Saints were jawing at one another, but no foul was called. So we'll resume play here in the second quarter. In the corner, Lindsay looking around. Lindsay's going to try to drive in. We'll pass it back, and that's going to be a 24-second violation on the Saints, not paying attention to the shot clock. 1:43 left here in this one. Start of our basketball doubleheader. Monday Night Basketball. It's been a constant theme over the last couple of weeks for Coastal North Athletics. Linnitz over to Watts. Good pass right there from Linnitz to Watts. Watts drives in, but she is going to be fouled going up for the layup. It's going to be 2 shots here for Watts. Tiana Watts, 7.8 points per game. Shooting 59.5% from the free throw line so far this year. Coyotes with just a handful of opportunities at the free throw line here in this first half, as the first free throw is going to be no good. And they are shooting 53.7% as a team at the free throw line. And knocked on the door 60 points per game. That free throw is good on the second opportunity. 27-22, Coastal North in the lead in a very low-scoring first half here in Monroeville. Bounce pass here. Gray, 4-3, no good. And a foul there by Goodman as they wrestled for the rebound. And that is the first three-point opportunity of the night for the Saints. Gray was trying to nail it down, and I believe number 22, Ashante Thomas, thought it was going to be an air ball, but just caught the rim. Caught her from surprise, and Goodman's going to be charged with a personal foul. And the bonus has been activated for both teams here in this first half. As that first free throw is going to be good. Cut the deficit to 4. Another opportunity here for Lindsay. Settling down, 1:10 left. That free throw is good as well for LBW. Trying to lead the 3 here. Crowd anxious for a Division II championship, or number 1 seed going into the tournament where they have a chance to win the championship. Goodman. How about driving in? Pass here to Lennox for 3. Rolls just off the rim. It was a good-looking shot, unable to come away with it. 40 seconds left here in this first half. Bounce pass. Gray will pass back here to McClellan. With 15 seconds left on the shot clock, finds Simulin. Wide open look here. Shot going to be no good off of Lindsay. Shot clock has been turned off with 20 seconds left. Coyotes would love to go into halftime with a lead. Goodman to Lennox, who just barely missed her last three-point attempt. 10 seconds left on the game clock. Watts back to Goodman. Lennox fakes the 3. Lennox is going to go out. It'll be intercepted, and with 2 seconds left, it's a 3-on-1 half-court shot. No good. Good opportunity. Saints with a chance to tie it, but they will only go into halftime down by 3. As we will go to our halftime interview with the ACCC Commissioner, Dean Myrick. We'll send it over to our very own Robert Williamson with the interview.
Good to have back with us Dean Myrick, the commissioner of the ACCC. Commissioner, how are you?
I'm good. A little chilly, but good.
It is a bit on the nippy side. Of course, who knows when we'll air this? It may run for a month or so, but at the time of recording, it is a nippy morning here in Alabama. I want to talk about the D1, D2. Obviously, this is the first year, so there are new adjustments to be made. And really in volleyball season, there weren't adjustments because everybody was D2. You get into basketball, you got a D1, you got a D2. Have there been any unforeseen situations where the two different divisions are concerned, or has it gone pretty smoothly thus far?
It's gone real smooth. We've had no issues and didn't expect any issues. I don't even know if you call it an issue. The biggest adjustment for us is having, 2 tournaments. But that is, that's really not a big deal either way. So, we'll just have, Division II starting that last part of February, first part of March. And then the weekend after that, we'll have Division I, and Division II will play their district championship. So, so far so good. And, as I have told people, if you didn't know it, you would never know there was a change. Schedules look a little bit different. Once you look at that, obviously, looking at the standings, instead of north-south, you have, D1, D2. But outside of that, we've had no problems. So, I think volleyball kind of proved, without a doubt, that the D2 route will help us tremendously, at that level from a competition standpoint. While State went out and won more, matches in that one tournament than we have ever, at Division I. So, and I expect the same at, for basketball and baseball and softball. And so we're looking forward to that.
How long does the alignment stay as is? I mean, if a team that's 1 or even a team that's 2 wanted to become the other division, is there a time period to wait? Can they make that change instantaneously, or are we in a 2 or 3 year arrangement?
Well, it's actually a 4-year commitment. But that being said, if there's any extenuating circumstances, and I'm trying to think of what may, a change in or drastic change in scholarship or philosophy from the school or whatever, they can ask for an exemption from that, to go up or down. But I don't foresee that happening with us. Like I said, all of our scholarships are the same, so that's not going to change, one way or the other within that 4 years. So, the year before that, the end of the 4 year commitment, schools will declare again for another 4 years, and I don't know if we'll see movement there or not, one way or the other, but so yeah, we're looking forward to kind of steadying the ship, as you say, moving forward. So, unless something drastic changes, I don't anticipate much movement up or down.
There is one thing that I noticed. I guess maybe this is just on a broadcaster's end, but the stats have both D1 and D2 combined. So your statistical leader, let's say in a per game average point scored, could be a D2 guy. The number 2 guy could be a D1. Has there been conversation about separating the two, or will it remain the same with your statistical leaders?
We would love that, but it's more of a website provider issue. So we are working on that, and hopefully soon. But our website provider is having a few issues, and have for quite a while. So we're trying to work through that, but right now we're not able to separate those.
One other question that might be presenting website issues, and that is Coastal East is now technically Coastal North from an athletic perspective. So is that creating some issues too, at least on the website as far as scheduling and information?
We haven't had any yet that I know of. Everybody here, is aware, of who has what. So, with Coastal North, including now Bruton and Monroeville in one, and obviously South and Bay Minette. So, so as of now, we've had no issues with that. Even when it went from Faulkner State to Coastal, South, East, and North, there was a little adjustment to that because everybody knew Faulkner as Faulkner, and then you had Jeff Davis and Alabama Southern, at the time. So that was the big adjustment there when they all combined. But no, not, as I know, we don't have any issues with that.
This is not D1, D2 related, but there has been, I think, since we last talked, a change in location for the Division One ACCC tournament. It's still going to be in Huntsville, but not in Alabama A&M. So what brought that change on?
We were kind of anticipating the possibility of this, but once the SWAC basketball schedule came out for A&M, they had, our tournament runs from Thursday to Saturday. So once the SWAC schedule was released for A&M, they had a home doubleheader on Thursday and Saturday. So there just wasn't room, per se for us. And like I said, we were kind of waiting on that, knowing that was a possibility. So, after talking to Huntsville Sports Commission, Alabama Huntsville was, more than welcoming for us just to come over there. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to it, but it was just a scheduling conflict, with A&M and obviously their SWAC schedule has to take precedent over us.
Big news, too, for the ACCC in that Alabama Public TV, for the first time ever, will broadcast the championships for D1 there in Huntsville. That's got to be a boon for a lot of folks. I mean, for Alabama Public TV, for the ACCC, and for the Huntsville Sports Commission.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And, the system as a whole partnered with APTV with, the Super Seven, state football championships, and now obviously we're comparing high school football to junior college basketball, but the quality of the broadcasting, you're going to be helping us with that as well, and know that will go smoothly. But the viewership was outstanding for that, and and it's probably not comparing oranges to oranges, but so yeah, we're looking forward to that. I think it gives us a lot more exposure, puts us on a bigger stage, statewide with with Alabama Public Television. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, and hopefully it goes well, and we can kind of expand this thing, in years to come. Whether it's a game of the week or venturing into other sports and seeing what that looks like.
Get into baseball after basketball wraps up. Is everything set as far as the conference tournament in D1 and D2?
Yes, we are still in Oxford for both. And kind of like basketball, we'll have two separate baseball tournaments. Excuse me. D2 will be the week before D1. So that'll be the end of April. We did have a little scare. We had heard that the Talladega race was going to be the weekend of our tournament, which would basically we would have to find somewhere else to go because there would just be no hotels, in that area, and what would be available, you may not, want to pay what you're gonna have to pay to stay there. So luckily, it stayed where it was the weekend before, and we were able to still stay there. So looking forward to that as well.
Where softball is concerned, is 1 and 2 running simulcast there at Veterans Park in Alabaster?
We are. Unlike basketball and baseball, we were able to get with Florida and combine our conference / region / district tournament into one for Division II. So we'll get our top 5 and they'll send their top 3 because we have more teams, and we'll do an 8-team double with the winner of that going, directly to the national tournament. And then we'll have our top 6 Division I teams. So we're going to run both tournaments at the same time, kind of try to stagger, to start. I went by Veterans Park. You wouldn't even recognize it now. I mean, it's not that it was bad before, but, everything's turf now. All 5 fields are exactly the same, so we'll be able to use all 5 fields, if we need. But it looks beautiful, and we're looking forward to actually being the first tournament at the new park, but new renovated park.
The 4 fields for the 5, will they be used simultaneously for the softball?
We've got to put pen to paper on that. We have looked at staggering. With 6 teams in Division I, they don't need but a couple of time slots for that. So we could do 2 fields, with Division I at a time, let them play, and they can go back to the hotel or go back to campus if they're not staying, and then we could start Division II right after them. And but that being said, we do have the ability to use 4 fields at a time, and but obviously once we get down to probably the semis, we would go down to 2 and not have that overlap, and cuts down on foul balls, possibly going into other fields. So right now it's up in the air. We're trying to look at what creates the best environment, what creates the most level playing field as far as back-to-back games versus taking breaks, and that way each team is playing the exact same route that their opponent has played. So we'll We'll have all that probably within the next few weeks, decided.
Dean Myrie, the commissioner of the ACCC, thanks so much for being our guest here at halftime. We're going to have to do this again, man. We filled up 13 to 15 minutes of a halftime, so we'll have to sit down again and talk to get more from Dean Myrie.
There'll be a lot more, I'm sure. But yeah, anytime we can get together.
Thanks a lot.
Crazy. You know, I just thought it's over.
And welcome back here to Monroeville. Since we have about a minute before we start the second half, I'm going to take a look at the ACCC women's basketball standings. And reminder is the top 4 seeds and women's basketball out of 6 in Division II that make the conference tournament. Coastal North has already clinched a playoff spot. Well, if they win tonight, they will clinch the number 1 seed in Division II women's basketball at 8-2. Currently sitting at 7-2 right now. Chat Valley is behind them at 6-3. Snead State, who lost to LBW this past week on Thursday, currently in 3rd place at 5-4. That game definitely hurt the Lady Parsons moving forward as they conclude the season. Selma's in 4th at 4-5. Enterprise State is at 3-6. LBW is at 2-7. So the Saints just trying to close the season out on the right note. While for Enterprise State and Selma, it's about for that 4th seed, and then Snead State could possibly move up to 2 if Chat Valley loses and if Snead State wins. And also another scenario I believe is possible. If Coastal North somehow loses tonight to LBW, if Chat Valley loses this upcoming Tuesday, we'll take a look at the upcoming games for both squad or the remainder of the ACCC for the remainder of the season, as this is the final week of the season. But if Chat Valley loses this upcoming Tuesday, then they will be the number 2 seed, and Coastal North will come away with the number 1 seed. Both teams still have all 4 of their remaining timeouts. Tight contested game could come down to the wire on sophomore day. During the interview with our Commissioner Dean Myrick, we did have the women's and men's team sophomores get honored at halftime, so that's why the halftime was a little bit, about another 5 minutes before they usually resume play, but they had to add 5 more minutes for them to get the ceremony underway. And it was a nice touching ceremony. We had our athletic director post some pictures of both women's and men's basketball sophomores. So we congratulate all the women's and men's sophomores on both teams and wish them the best moving forward as Murph loses the handle of the ball, and it's going to be taken away here. Fast break the other way for LBW, and it's going to be an easy layup back the other way for Summerlin. And LBW with their first 2 points of this second half. 27-24 was our score going into halftime, and now it's going to, like I said, it's going to come down to the wire, as this is going to be a 3 attempts. Going to be no good. Rebound here by Thomas. Thomas puts it back up. Shot's going to be no good. Slaughter battles for the rebound, and it's going to be Saints basketball. But a very low-scoring second quarter, as it was only 19-15 going into the second quarter, and Coastal North was only able to score 8 points. While for LBW, they were only able to score 9 points. That pass is going to be deflected, and finally taken away here by Crane, as Crane will swing it out here to Murph. Murph trying to drive in, pass here in the paint to Slaughter. She scores. Good response right there from the Coyotes, taking advantage of the turnover, as they know what's at stake here tonight. Majority of the fans have a good idea. If a win is able to be secured tonight, it'll definitely help the Coyotes moving forward in the playoff picture. And we do have a final at our other JockJive event that we have on this Monday night. Wide open look here, and the shot is perfect from Tiana Watts. Over in Georgia, we have South Georgia Tech defeating Albany Tech 75-67 in GCAA women's basketball. 31-28 as McClellan's shot's going to be no good. It'll be rebounded here by the Coyotes, but actually Slaughter steps out of bounds with the basketball, and it'll remain with the Saints. Seen that a couple of times so far. But during the halftime, we were able to take a look at the team comparisons, not from the first half of tonight's game, but from the season. A very low-scoring Saints team putting on some good defense against a very good Coyotes offense. Saints with 2 seconds on the shot clock. They got to shut off. It's going to be a 24-second violation. Second time in the game the Saints have been called for that. 31-28. Head coach Ricky Taylor. Decent start for Saints in that first half, but I believe both teams believe that they should have had a better first half offensively. Very low scoring in that second quarter. Wide open three is good by Murph. Taylor Murph with the three-pointer. It's 34-28. That's just the second three-pointer of the night for Coastal North. And a timeout is going to be used by the Coyotes. With 6:46 left in this third quarter, we'll stay here on the broadcast. Coyotes trying to build on their largest lead of tonight's game. And we're going to take a look at the other games in the ACCC. On Tuesday, or on February 22nd, Chat Valley is facing off against Wallace-Selma at 4:30 p.m. Selma trying to hold on to that number 4 seed in the conference, while Chat Valley trying to get the number 1 seed. That could be possible if Coastal North somehow loses tonight, the LBW. And then also tonight we got Enterprise State, who's currently the number 3 seed, battling with Snead State. Or actually, Enterprise State is number 5 seed. Snead State is number 3 seed. Snead State trying to hold down the fort with their playoff spot. Enterprise State trying to sneak into the playoff picture, but they need a loss from Wallace-Selma to make that possible, and they need to take care of business against the Lady Parsons. And then Division I, we got Coastal South versus Calhoun Community College, a road game for the Coyotes, 5:30 p.m. start time in that one. So a lot of big games in the ACCC. In the final week of the regular season, and the first year of this playoff format of Division I and Division II, as that's going to be a foul here on Thomas. With 6:34 left here, it'll be free throws once again for Tiana Lindsay, who has gone to the free throw line multiple times this game for LBW. As she will step in, shooting 62.1% from the free throw line, and she's only missed 1 free throw so far for the Saints. And LBW actually took that timeout when we were taking a look at the other games in ACCC, as that free throw is going to be no good, and Thomas with an easy rebound. So Saints have 3 timeouts remain going into the second half. Coyotes have all 4 of theirs. Murph with a big three-pointer her last trip. Finds Crane. Crane to Slaughter in the paint. Uses her body, and she's able to get a free 2 points right there to make it 30-29. And she's able to muscle her way into that one. Pass her to McClellan. McClellan looking for an easy shot lane. Won't have it there. Takes the shot once again. Spins around. Thomas with the steal. And Thomas with a pass up ahead here to Crane. Crane scores. Trendy Crane with the 2 points right there for Coastal North, and they got their largest lead. Just need some halftime adjustments, and they have figured something out offensively. 3 in the corner. It's going to be no good from Matsy, and it will deflect out of bounds, and Saints will come away with the basketball. Right in front of the Saints bench. Bounce pass here to Matsy with 5.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Looks around, Matsy, bounce pass here. Tipped out of bounds by Crane, who just got a good read on that one and deflected out of bounds. Saints will retain with possession with 5:18 left. Collin looking for an outlet, finds it. Swings it out, wide open look, shot is good. From Simulant. She's able to make her first bucket of this second half. Had a couple of points in that first half for LBW. Watts, Crane to Slaughter. Good passing here, Murph. Trying to get back to Slaughter, gets to her. She falls down on top of it. And it's going to be a foul, or looks like it's going to be a pushing foul here on the Saints. And a timeout is going to be called here with 4:54 left. It's going to be a media timeout here in Monroeville. And gives us a chance to take a look at our player spotlight tonight. As it will be number 10, Tiana Watts, our player spotlight, 7.8 points per game. As she's a sophomore guard, 26 games played, 3 games started this year, 42.6 field goal percentage from the field, and shooting 59.5% from the free throw line. Tiana Watts, our player spotlight tonight. And coming up after the conclusion of tonight's game, it will be Coastal North versus LBW in men's basketball at 7:30 p.m. Or depending on how long this game will go, it will get pushed back just a moment. But we got Coastal North versus LBW in men's basketball coming up here in Monroeville. And what's at stake tonight? The playoff clinching scenarios. Division II women's basketball number 1 seed clinch tonight with a victory. Back here after the break. Quick pass and an and one for Slaughter. Catches the ball, puts it immediately up off the backboard, and then perfectly drawn right there from the coaching staff for Coastal North. 2 points, it'll be a chance for and one here for Slaughter. 8.3 points per game, shooting 53.3% from the free throw line. She's got it. And it's 41-31. As we reach the halfway point of this third quarter, LBW battled hard in that first half, only to be down by 3, but it's a 10-point deficit here for the Saints. If they're not careful, the lead could start to slip away from the Saints. And a foul's going to be called on the floor here for Coastal North. Even though 2 Saints collided with each other on the back end of it. 4:33 left. Quick pass here to Matsey. To McClellan. McClellan. Simeon. Guard here by Murph. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They put up a floater. No good. Thomas with a hard rebound right there. It's going to be a foul here on the Saints. And it's going to go to Lindsay. 4:18 left. Looks like substitutions here. It's going to be a Maya Gray coming in. Leading scorer for the Saints. Coming in here late in the third quarter. Coyotes trying to build on the lead. They've played phenomenal here. Nice pass here to Murph. Can't get it to go, but she gets her own rebound. Finds Slaughter. Slaughter drives in. Charging called on Slaughter. Was able to use her muscle earlier to get 2 points. This time, not able to. She's going to be called with the charging. And with the Coyotes' second foul of this third quarter. 3 fouls for LBW here in this third quarter. McClellan leaps up, finds it. Jump shot, no good. Thomas with the rebound. Shantae Thomas has looked phenomenal getting rebounds tonight. Quick pass. Crane, a 3 in the corner. No good off the rim, but it's going to be a rebound here by Watts. Puts it back up and scores. 12-point lead here for Coastal North. With 3:28 left here in the third quarter. Wide open. Gray for 3. No good. Murph with the rebound. One and done there for the Saints as Murph with a quick transition underway. Pass out here to Watts. Watts, a 3 the other way. Scores. 46-31. And the Coyotes can feel it. And that will cause head coach Ricky Taylor and LBW to call a timeout with 3:06 left. 15-point deficit. They try to end the season on a high note while Coastal North trying to close up the Division II with a conference win to move to 8-2. And women's basketball conference championship will be February 29th through March 2nd. Still do not know where the location will be at. It is not announced on the website, but the information should be coming out soon after the conclusion of this last week of the regular season. But 3:06 left. Coyotes with a big third quarter. 3-ball working for them. Tiana Watts, our player spotlight tonight, with a big 3-pointer to push it to 15. Slaughter with a very good third quarter. Murph with a 3 in the corner. Can the Saints respond? Only 2 wins on the year, both of them coming in the conference. As we go to McClellan. Matt C trying to direct traffic. Simeon drives in, blocked by Murph. And we'll see who the foul's going to go towards. And it looks like it's going to go toward the Saints. Off the blocked shot from Murph. Heck of an effort right there from Murph. With 2:49 left, she'll have to pass it in from the baseline. But what a defensive stand here by the Coyotes. A lot different story than what the Coyotes faced off in Andalusia. Quick pass here. Thomas, 2-pointer, no good. And Watts trying to get the rebound, and it goes off of her. It'll be Coyotes basketball. With 2:34 left. Coyotes have been very good getting a quick pass and a quick shot. And there might be again here to Watts. Watts doesn't mean with that shot, throws it up, but she'll be fouled. With 2:31 left here in the third quarter. And that's going to be foul number 6 for LBW. And the bonus now has been activated here for Coastal North. 2 shots here for Tiana Watts. 7.8 points, 5% from the free throw line for Coastal North. And she'll settle in. First shot's going to be good. Under head coach Mandy Armstrong, what a job she's done this season for the Coyotes. It'll be icing on the cake for a Division II number 1 seed. If our Coyotes can hang on here in the second half here against LBW. But how much momentum will Coastal North have going into the postseason? Try to come away with a conference championship. They've turned that program around. Quick shot here, and it'll be good from Simeon. LBW with a needed response there, 48-33. With over 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter in Monroeville. Glad to be with us here on JockJive. Thomas trying to get over to Crane and eventually goes to her after being deflected. Crane, step back 3, good! And the 3-ball working tonight here for Coastal North. The offense starting to click here for the Coyotes. Crane with a 3-pointer joins Murph and Tiana Watts with 3-pointers. And that was a beautiful step back 3. McClellan pass out. Wide open shot, no good. Slaughter with the rebound. Coyotes in command right now as both the men's teams are trying to head to their locker rooms to get changed for their bid match coming up. Slaughter looks around to Murph. Murph tries to put a footer. No, gives it to Slaughter. Slaughter battles, and she's going to be fouled in a hard collision with the mat against the wall with 1:16 left. Looks like we're going to have a substitution here. Watts is going to come out. Looks like Tiffany Goodman's going to come in for Coastal North. 51-33. Slaughter goes to the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. It was a 3-point deficit for LBW. And if Slaughter makes his free throw, it's going to be a 20-point deficit with just over 11 minutes left in the game. Is that free throw? No good. So it will remain a 19-point deficit here for LBW. Finds McClellan. Bounce pass here, Simeon. Wide open look for Gray. Doesn't take the 3. She's going to try to drive in here on Thomas. And it's going to be a foul here on Shante Thomas. A couple of fouls so far in tonight's game. There'll be free throws here for Gray, shooting 65.7% from the free throw line. And it's going to be number 42 coming in believe that's Hammett. Josiah Hammett coming in here for LBW. With 57.9 seconds to go, first free throw here for Gray is good. 52-34 Coyotes. Our first of 2 games tonight here in Monroeville. Final 2 games for Coastal North basketball, both women's and men's basketball. It won't be the final game for men's basketball of the season. They have one more game against Coastal South to conclude the season. That pass will miss out on Train. With 50.9 seconds to go, it'll be Saints basketball. But Coastal North basketball will face off against Coastal South. It'll be the Battle of the Coyotes, first meeting since November. But that'll be in men's basketball to conclude the regular season. And a foul here on the Saints. It looks like an illegal screen or blocking foul on number 22, Walker. So Coyotes will turn around and have an offensive possession with 45.6 seconds to go. With a very comfortable lead here on sophomore night in Monroeville. As this will go to Train. Slaughter, who's been dominant in the paint all night long. Train swings out here to Goodman. Goodman to Murph. Train. Jumper. Good. 5 points for Train here in this second half. Made a back step three in the corner. Shot clock has been turned off as McCollum goes up, and she's going to be fouled. And she's had a very tough time at the free throw line tonight for LBW, and she'll get another opportunity with exactly 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the bonus has been activated for both teams now. That first free throw rolls around the rim. No good. Trying not to come empty-handed here is McClellan. 20-point lead now for Coastal North. That free throw is going to be no good. Train with a rebound. McClellan deflects it out of bounds. 6.9 seconds to go, so one more shot here in the third quarter. As they're just going to let the ball roll. And finally, Murph takes it up. Murph with under 5 seconds to go. Needs to get a shot off. Murph puts up a shot. This one will count, but it's going to be an air ball. As we are going to the fourth quarter here in Monroeville. 10 minutes away are the Coyotes from a Division II number 1 seed. Will they hang on for the win, or will LBW pull off a miracle here in Monroeville? Stay tuned. Fourth quarter coming up here in Monroeville. Welcome back here. Fourth quarter underway. Coyotes are 10 minutes away from a Division II number 1 seed. Slaughter puts up a floater. Shot's going to be no good. McClellan with the rebound. And she'll take it back the other way. 20-point lead here for the Coyotes. Can they hang on for this final 10 minutes? As this Gray looks around, finds McClellan. McClellan's trying to go up, and her shot's going to be no good. No look behind the back shot. Can't get it to go, and the Coyotes take away with possession. The 3 ball exploding here for the Coyotes. Slaughter. Pass it back here. Goodman. Crane. 3 shot. No good. And it's going to be a foul here on McClellan on Slaughter. Pushing foul in the paint. as we can take the bonus off for both teams. Saw a lot of fouls in that third quarter. 9-10 left. Slaughter looks for a pass, or actually make that Crane to Slaughter. Finds Goodman. Goodman loses the handle at first. Goodman trying to find a shot. She's going to be blocked by Gray. But battling back to get the rebound is going to be Crane. And the shot clock needs to be turned back. 18 seconds. So it will be Coyotes' ball, but they had to make sure the shot clock was put back to the original time. 11 seconds now. 11 seconds. This will go to Slaughter. That's a wide open three, but she lets it pass it back here to Murph. Murph to Crane. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Needs to get a shot off. Three for Crane. No good. It's going to be rebound here by Key, and she puts it back up. It hit the rim, so the shot clock was resetted. So even though the buzzer went off, Coyote still had a chance to make it a shot. If it was an air ball, it would have been the 24-second violation. This is going to be stolen away here by Slaughter. Slaughter comes back the other way. One-on-one the other way. She's going to be fouled as she misses the shot. Hopefully she's going to be okay. Looks like she's able to get up to her feet, but she's going to go to the free throw line once again, going 1 for 2 on her last trip. 8:28 left. As Lindsay will come in. 2 shots here. 2 quick fouls here by LBW. Slaughter's first free throw is going to be no good. It'll remain a 22-point lead here for Coastal North. It was a tight first half between these two teams. Coastal North coming alive here in this second half, going 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Slaughter, Saints basketball as it deflects out. 8:26 remaining. Seven and 2 Coyotes in the conference in Division II play. Looking for win number 8 as that will go off the leg of number 34, Gray. Coyotes will take up possession here. Murph trying to direct traffic, swings it over to Crane, who's had a very nice second half. Goodman trying to get it over to Thomas, but that'll be intercepted, and the Saints will come away with the turnover. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule or possible games that we got coming up in the ACCC that can determine seeding in Division II women's basketball. We'll take a look at that next stoppage of play. Well, for now, 7.5 minutes to go. Coyotes with a very comfortable lead. Trying to end this game with a victory. Crane in the corner. Finds Key. Can't get it to her. And the Saints are going to come back the other way. 3-on-2. And a nice pass. And shot's going to be no good, but it's going to be a foul here on Murph. With 7:18 left. And it looks like number 14, Raven Hall, who played some valuable minutes in that first half, is going to come in for Tiffany Goodman, and so will Deshauna Key will come out. 2 free throws here. Looks like this will be Kiera Lights coming in for the free throws. Her first free throw is no good. A very tough night for LBW at the free throw line. See if Lights can get something going here on her second shot. 7:18 remaining. That free throw is no good as well. Just too short on those 2 previous free throw attempts from Lights. Watts check back in the game. Crane, so it's going to be Murph, Crane, Watts, Slaughter, and then Raven Hall, who has the basketball right now, trying to find an outlet. Overshoots Murph, and that one's going to deflect into the Saints bench with 6:56 left. Coyotes still have not used any of their 4 timeouts. LBW has 2 remaining. After they used one near the end of that third quarter that we forgot to check off our graphic. Another foul here on the Coyotes. It's going to go to Raven Hall. 6:43 left. As Tiana Lindsay, 12.8 points per game. It's been Lindsay and Gray to lead scorers this season for the Saints. Besides that, it's hard to find a third or fourth player on the Saints roster that has over 6 points per game. It's been those two, Gray and Lindsay, leading the way offensively. Gray had a very good game against the Coyotes last time these two teams met. The first free throw is going to be no good. Lindsay's been one of the better free throw shooters tonight for the Saints. Her second free throw is going to be good. Saints cut the deficit, but still down 56-35. Bounce pass here to Crane. Taking advantage of the shot clock. Finds Murph. Very dangerous pass, but able to connect with Taylor Murph. Here's Tiana Watts, our player spotlight to Crane. Crane goes up. Floater. Shot's good. Took a couple of bounces, but it's in for Coastal North. Saints come back the other way after making a couple of substitutions. Lindsay turns it over. Thomas falls hard to the court. See if she's going to be okay. It's going to be a foul here. It's going to be Coyotes basketball. We'll see if Thomas is going to remain in here. But coming in is going to be Taja Young, number 2, for Coastal North. With a very comfortable lead, they put in some of the players that don't see a lot of action. As Lindsay will come out. And number 44, LBW, will come in Hammett. So Taja Young getting some opportunities to play here. And this one in the final home game of the year for the Coastal North Coyotes. Phenomenal year. Taja Young back to Murph. Murph trying to direct traffic. Bounce pass here to Thomas. Thomas thinking about driving in. Pass out here. Young with the two-pointer. It's good. Extends the lead 60-35. Coming straight off the bench. Her first shot's in for 2 points for the Coyotes. 5.5 minutes to go. That's going to be stolen away here by Murph. And it's going to be easy layup the other way. And Murph cashes in. 62-35. And a turnover here. Slaughter to Murph. Murph's shot's going to be no good. Slaughter comes away with the rebound. I was adjusting the score. Here's a three-pointer by Young. It's good. Taja Young with 5 points coming off the bench. A jump shot and a three-pointer for Taja Young. Her first couple minutes of this one, she's already got 5 points. We got just less than half of this quarter left. Hammett shot, no good. Blocked by Slaughter, but it's going to be a foul here on number 4. 4:47 left. It's a 30-point lead for Coastal North. And it's going to be a media timeout. Coyotes are 4 minutes and 47 seconds away from taking the number 1 seed in Division II basketball in the ACCC. But I'm Dallas Renzi with the call tonight. Been a good one so far, as that is what's at stake right now. The top 4 teams in Division II women's basketball make the postseason. Chat Valley facing off against Wallace Selma on February 22nd. Tonight, Enterprise State faces off against the Lady Parsons. And in Division I, Coastal South facing off against Calhoun. So if the playoffs start today, Coastal North would be number 1. Chat Valley would be number 2. Snead State will be 3 and Selma will be 4. LBW and Enterprise State will be eliminated. So LBW is already eliminated, so it doesn't matter what the result of this game will have for the Lady Saints. But the Boll Weevils and the Lady Patriots vying for that number 4 seed, and Selma could also get the number 3 seed if Snead State loses and they win. So that's what is at stake here tonight, all around the ACCC in Division II. The first free throw is going to be good. Make it 65-36. No substitutions here for Coastal North. They put out the same 5 they had before that media timeout. Second shot's going to be no good. Slaughter with the rebound. Coyotes will take it here with a 29-point lead. They led only by 3 points going into halftime. Watts drives in. Shot's no good. Thomas puts it back up. That's no good. Slaughter with the rebound. Coyotes will remain with possession with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Well, it must have been the sophomore day festivities that helped the Lake Coyotes get back to their offensive groove, honoring the sophomores. We also had the men's team get honored at halftime. All the sophomores graduating. Young, another shot. That one's going to be off the rim. Slaughter's able to keep it in. Good quality chance there for Young, taking every single chance she can get at shooting. Murph drives in. Layup, no good. Murph comes away with a rebound in the corner. Swings it out here to Watts. Watts thought about taking a 3, but she'll keep possession with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Murph to Young. Young looks around. Puts it up to Thomas. Thomas spins around. Shot is good. 67-36. Coyotes scored 79 points last time they faced off against the Saints. The only difference in this game is the Saints scored 71 in the last one. They're at 36 right now. Hammett almost stripped away. It's going to be a backcourt violation on LBW. 3:31 left. And it looks like that'll be Eve Dees checking into the game for Tiana Watts, who's had a phenomenal night for Coastal North. So it'll be number 30, Eve Dees, getting some opportunity to play in this one with 3.5 minutes to go. Yon to Dees. Dees getting her first touches in this one. Pass here to Murph. Murph's going to go in with a layup. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. 69-36. Coyotes been able to capitalize on their last couple of opportunities, and that's why they have the giant lead here tonight. Here's a three-pointer off the backboard. No good. Murph with the rebound. Taylor Murph takes it herself. Under 3 minutes to go. Young in the corner. Back to Murph. Thomas to Dees. And a timeout, I believe, was called. Yes, it's going to be a timeout here called from head coach Armstrong with 2:47 left. So as we take a timeout, a reminder, Chat Valley faces off against Wallace Selma on February 22nd. Tonight, Enterprise State goes to Snead State, and Coast South goes to Calhoun Community College. And the Women's Basketball Conference Championship, February 29th through March 2nd. Well, these Coyotes will be in it. They're 2 minutes and 47 seconds away to be the number 1 seed in that Division II. We'll talk about clinch scenarios in the men's game as well. That will be on a different live stream. So after this one is concluded, go to a different live stream on JockJive.com to view the men's match. As here's a 3 here by Dees. It's going to be an air ball and it'll deflect out of bounds. It'll be Saints ball, however, with 2:33 left. But a night to celebrate the sophomores graduating for this women's basketball team. But what a way to end the Red Wolves season with a victory at home to clinch that number 1 seed. Pass out here to Hammett. Hammett's going to drive in. Her shot's no good. Murphy with the rebound. Coyotes ball. They got a 2-on-1 the other way. Dees. Layup attempt is good. And it's 71-36. As a bunch of the bench players get an opportunity to play here for the Coyotes. Murph with a nice assist there. She's had a phenomenal night. Simeon. Pass here in the paint. Shot no good. And the rebound. Battle for it. Young comes away with it. With 1:45 left, Murph will take it herself. Checking into the game is Diane Grace Nelson. And she's got the basketball right here. She attempts a three. Good! And it looks like everybody on the Coast North roster might have an opportunity to score at least 2 points tonight. Dees with a layup. Grace Nelson with a three-pointer in the corner. And it's all Coyotes dominant here in Monroeville in their home finale. Wide open shot. That one's going to be no good. Thomas fights for the rebound. Taking it up here, and the layup is going to be good on the back end to make it 74-38 with 1:05 left. Coyotes 1 minute away. These fans have waited patiently for this team to be a competitor. They've had to wait till they move to a different playoff scenario in Division II, but this year it belongs to the Coyotes as the number 1 seed. Young to Thomas. Thomas scores. Great pass right there from Taja Young. Complimentary basketball from top to bottom in the Coastal North lineup. 33 seconds remain. Might be the final shot of the season for the Saints. Three ball. No good. Murph with the rebound. Shot clock has been turned off with 22 seconds to go. Murph. Young in the corner. A three ball. It is almost good. Comes out. Saints come away with possession. Shot clock is still turned off. One more opportunity here for LBW. It's going to be a layup, and it'll be good. Young almost had another three-pointer. And that will almost do it as that passes out of the reach of Thomas with 4.2 seconds to go. Saints will get the final touch to conclude the night. And looks like it's going to be a 36-point victory for the Coastal Alabama North Coyotes. One final shot. That one will not count as the Coyotes have clinched the number 1 seed in Division II women's basketball in the ACCC with a statement win. It was a close battle going into halftime, 27-24. But in the end, the Coyotes reigned victorious. 76-38 is, or 40. 76-40 is your final. Coyotes on top on sophomore night. Coming up in about 30 minutes, it'll be men's basketball against LBW, and that is a huge game. Coyotes and the Saints are both in the playoffs, but if the Coyotes win tonight, it'll definitely help their cases of moving up in the divisional standings. But coming up at 7:30 p.m., Coast North versus LBW men's. But for now, women's basketball, Coyotes 76-40 over LBW. I'm Dallas Renzi. We'll see you in about 15 minutes for the start of the first half between Coyotes and Saints. Have a good night, everyone.